I'm going to say this in English because we also have we do sort of document everything for this European project, and it's supposed to be a language that other people that Scandinavians understand. So that's why you're supposed to see here. Ja, så bra vi kan få det i Norge. Ja, you can't. This is anthropological. Everybody wants to be on the same level. Okay, so thank you guys for taking some time to come here. I'm just going to say a few words. We have gathered this magnificent group of actors that spent this morning with us to read for the first time this play that has been assembled as the result of
the first draft of this possible play.
Yes. Just very short about the project. This is a European Creative Europe project, so co-founded by Creative Europe. We are several institutions, theater institutions in Europe, developing drama from inspired by theories of this scholar called Paul Castagno, who's an American playwright who sort of wrote a book and sort of tried to sort of structure a lot of theories around this idea of multiple voices within writing and collective writings and hybrid plays that he calls polyvocal. So in the last 1.5 years, we were sort of 5 writers. We worked together. One writer, Alexandra, who is the head writer and dramaturg, and 4 other writers, one from Iceland, one from Germany, one Norwegian Sami language-based writer, and myself, which I don't know anymore where I come from or what I represent anyway. Sort of, I'm supposed to be Italian. So we sort of
Albert. Yeah, you mustn't forget Albert.
I didn't forget Albert. I said Germany. So we sort of gathered around the team, which was the starting point, and we discussed this. We met 5 times in 5 different workshops, and then we wrote very separately in text, and also we tried to sort of keep our differences and our conflicts on what we were doing. And then all these texts is being delivered to Tale that in a crazy process the last 1.5 months that sort of tried to put all this together to make this hybrid place where all the voices are present and they don't necessarily have to sort of agree on what the play is about. So now for the first time we gather together, we read it, and that's why we called you, because we'd like to hear sort of some feedbacks from you, because we still have time to work on this, and it will be published next year, and then we're going to have other forms of readings and staging during 2018, so we have time to do a lot with this, to turn it around in many ways. So what will follow now is that we have sort of improvised this sort of reading, and they read the play, and you have the text, so you can also follow, and then afterwards maybe we take a 5 minutes break, and we rearrange the chairs, and we just talk a bit about what we experienced, and yeah, you know, what is this, what can we go forward with this, or whatever. Is this sort of a clear premise, in short? I can say more about it if you have questions afterwards. Is this a reading which is kind of a performance thing? No, it's a read. No, we just read it once, we talked, like we were going to do with you, and then we sort of tried to think about where do we want you to see it, and where we created a room now so they can sort of follow their intuition and play with it. We have no sort of, we haven't worked on anything which is acting. Okay? So
the actors met the text today?
Yes, met the text today, and they just read it once, and we discussed it, and now we created this little room just to see what happens when you do it. Okay? So that's not...
And also I think we should consider this a part of the work.
Yes, it is.
It's not like presenting a result, but actually what we're doing is working together.
Yes.
So the text is there for us to work on. It's a collective process.
Yes.
And I also want to thank Nelly for helping me with that first try of translating from German to English.
Yes.
Nelly's going to do a proper translation, but still, what's there wouldn't be possible without you. So thank you.
Okay. You know what to invite me to?
How long feedback do you want after?
You know,
Thank you.
we'll see. This is our social skills. We give us a frame. We give us a frame. When we're done, we take a break and then we decide, okay, we have 30, 40 minutes and then we sort of try to be synthetic. Okay. Thank you so much. And turn off your phone.
We should present the actors.
Yeah, you should.
Yes. Yeah, but I thought I was thinking about doing it afterwards, but can you guys say your name and introduce yourself before we read? Thank you so much.
I'm Torgny. I'm a freelance actor, currently attached, if anywhere, to the other theatre, Aanderaa in Lawson.
Joakim, Thrane, skuespiller.
Ja, Alexandra, Pendry, writer and actor. Samantha, Lawson, actor. Characters: Julian, Kate, Iumiento, Lena, Hunter 1, Hunter 2, the Secretary of State, and 4 children pretending to be animals. The text in italic typeface could be read as stage directions. They could also, or as well, be shared between the performers, read by one actor, or shared between the performers representing the children. The text in brackets is not to be read. Everyone is sound asleep. The characters enter the stage. They sneak around and grab everything they can get hold of and stuff it in bags. The children are watching from afar, each of them locked up in a room, in a cupboard, in a grown person's life. They own the statue of the little girl with the matchsticks. They own all these Danish statues of white children grimacing. They own these candlesticks. They own these handmade coasters. They own this African quilt. They own this silk. They own this linen. They own these napkin rings. They own this silver. They own these silver spoons. They own these silver forks. They own these silver knives. They own this painting of dancing women. They own this painting of a quiet man. They own this painting of forms and colours. They own this Turkish rug. They own this old porcelain. They own this stereo. They own these speakers. They own this TV. They own this sofa table. They own this chair. They own this chair as well. And this chair. And this chair.
We have beaches and forests. We have stores and shops and schools and libraries. We have everything we need.
Do we?
Yes, we do. We do.
I don't like the way you're looking at me right now.
How am I looking at you?
Like it's my fault. Like I've done something wrong. Like I have a smoking gun in my hand. Funny thing is that deep inside, you want me to hate you.
Funny thing is that deep inside you want me to hate you.
As they speak, objects slowly start to fill the room. China, tables, forks and tablecloths, bicycles, books, stairways and staircases, napkins and napkin rings. You're just being mean, that's all. Your ego's hurt, and now you're looking for someone to be nasty to. With desperation.
I am never nasty. I do not have an ego.
With neighbours.
It's gonna get better.
Yeah.
It always gets better.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Julian. So, I saw this badger.
Where?
In the garden.
You know, they bite. They don't stop until they feel the burn.
Yeah, until it crunches. So nasty.
Maybe we were all badgers once.
Well, my husband was one for sure.
That's right, that's how he looks. Definitely a badger.
And as they speak, the room continues to be filled with beds and bedstands.
You think it's gone?
What? The badger?
Yeah, the badger.
I think it is. I guess it was migrating from the forest to the water or something like that. I mean, I'm not an expert.
With pedestrians and buses, sailing boats, with neighbourhoods.
It's so lovely. You know, this time of year, this island.
What did you call it?
No, just that it's lovely. I mean, don't you just love the flowers and the...
It's not an island.
Excuse me?
It's not an island. Don't say that.
Say what?
That it's an island. It's a peninsula. It's inaccurate. An island is inaccurate. An island has water. It's surrounded by water. This is not an island.
Sorry?
Yeah, don't be sorry. Just stop calling it an island. You all call it an island, and it's not. It's a peninsula. We live on a peninsula. A peninsula, that's where we live. So why does everybody keep calling it an island?
This is where they live. This is the place we have, with its gardens and parking lots and roundabouts, with old people and young people, and children dressed like animals. With marshes and birds and 2 men hunting them. Your family has left you.
It's just inaccurate.
Yes.
I hate being inaccurate. Inaccuracy makes space for lies. It moves things inside like furniture.
Your girlfriend has left you.
Down at the bottom of the guts. That's where it's so dark. That's where all shit can disappear. It's a peninsula. We live on a peninsula. A peninsula. That's accurate. A peninsula. That's where we live.
So what are you still doing here?
There's not enough. The space, we would say. A house, a garden out of the centre, close to the water, perfect for kids. Better than this, and what could we find? We came into the market, such luck. We were relieved. A kid, a wife, beautiful, smart, a catch, many would say. A flat first, small but cosy, 60 square metres. It wasn't enough. The space, we would say. Suburbs, a house, a garden, out of the centre, close to the water, perfect for kids. Better than this. What could we find? My wife. She works less. I work more. She wants more. She wants more of me. We went to the mountains. The snow went away. It's not global warming, it's spring. We were too late. I drove the car. The car drove me in silence. It's electric and drives silently. It stopped by the water, and there I saw the feeling. There I could finally meet it. There it was inside me. There we met, Death and I. For an hour I was by the water, waiting, trying to push the pedal, trying to give gas. Shame. I felt shame. We feel shame. We feel shame when our actions are moved by narcissism. I smelled narcissistic shame. It was all stinky with my fucking narcissistic shame.
The children are watching him. A father, a breadwinner.
Having a pet, becoming so happy. The kids would love it. We got the second kid. We ended up where she wanted to be, with the kids in this super Steiner place. A kindergarten in the woods. That's beautiful, but not very practical. And then there's this problem, what to do with the car. This electric car. So I got this cash guy, it's big, it's safe, it's good for the kids, it drives on gasoline. Oh, hell. I could just not get rid of the good one. The electric one. So now I have 2 cars. I try to feel good about myself. The planet won't die. Sometimes I just...
You're lying, my darling.
Am I?
You don't want to die. Not really. It's just something you're saying to impress me.
Yes,
Yes.
you're right.
So why did you say it then?
For you, my dear. For you.
The children are there. They see him making up, breaking up. They see a couple not being a couple, becoming a couple.
I was listening to this TED lecture the other day, and there was this woman. She was just like you. She was good, she cared about nature, and Mum, det shoot. Oh, it's like kissing a toad to say that word. Mum, det shoot. You want her.
Nonsense.
I can tell by the way you watch her.
Absurd.
She's pretty.
She's a freak. Filth.
No.
Yeah.
No. I can tell how she's pretty, like a diamond thief in the night.
Come shooting with me.
Shooting? At what? What do you want to shoot at?
Just anything at all. We could shoot at some seagulls, or some critters, or this mug your mother left you, that you hate so much, or just at the sky.
No thank you. I don't even know you. I mean, do you have a gun?
I have plenty of guns. We could leave now and I could let you try all sorts of guns. A shotgun, a handgun, a rifle. I even have a machine gun.
And where would we fire all these guns?
On my land, at my place in the woods.
It just... I haven't put on makeup, or I haven't showered or anything.
You're just fine the way you are.
Right.
No, I mean it. I prefer you like this. I always like you best in just your leisure way.
My husband always says,
Your husband is a badger.
but you never see me in,
It's up to you.
Something just caressed my skin. It was fast and burning hot and metallic.
Are you gonna come?
Hang on, do I have time to get my purse?
I hissed. I was shocked. It was filled with fire.
It's just, I don't like not having my phone or money.
Just come.
And I sank into the mud. Just my eyes visible. Down here it's warm. Can't imagine how nice it is.
At first, I was careful. And he's such a good listener. I told him I recycled every little object he ever left me and gave it time.
We have water.
I know.
We have water all around us.
I've been wailing. Like a child.
We have so
thinking
much
I just
water,
lost
it feels
his
like
mind.
we're living on an island.
And I told him. He listens to me.
Iumiento takes off his clothes. Underneath, he wears a shiny prince costume, jewels fall from his pockets. He drags a chain of pearls from his mouth, puts it around Lean's neck.
I said, thank you for listening to me. It's like your hat is a large ear, a funnel on top of your head, and the words just spill into your head, fill you up like a bottle.
The children are watching the pearls. The children are watching the ferry leaving the shore. A bird, a hovercraft.
I am a crocodile.
I am a hyper-carnivore apex predator.
and painting online.
We have water. We have water all around us. We have so much water, it feels like an island. An island so huge, we almost forget. We have seasons, beautiful and long, with colours and leaves and storms. We have it all. We have it all. We have it all.
I have a tail.
I have a hook.
I have fangs.
I have superpowers.
Look at me now.
Look at me now.
Look at me now.
Who is to be the bee?
Says the crocodile.
Who is to be the crocodile?
Says the fox.
Do you ever look at that house I talked about?
No. At Finn.no. Did I say my would?
No, of course not. I mean, nothing will become of it anyway. It's just such an amazing space. Just look. Isn't that great?
It's terrific.
All my girlfriends have houses like that. And I know we're tight, but still, I mean, I want a house like that. Or what's the point of this stupid island?
It's not an island, it's a peninsula. A peninsula is...
Yeah, I know what a peninsula is. Okay, anyway, a peninsula or not, he doesn't care.
He wants to be an artist. He wants to be a writer.
I married a lawyer with a degree and
He
all.
wants to be like us. He wants a life that we have.
But what? But the money. What about the money? He was supposed to earn more. He was supposed to earn more money. If it goes on like this, we will never buy the house we dreamt about. I dreamt about the house my girlfriends have. I know it's stupid.
They're separated.
I'm just worried about the snails.
And her husband, he plays a lot of football games.
They eat all the stuff in the garden. They do. It's
Her
terrible.
husband, he has this small office, and she knows that he will never make enough money
They come out with the rain.
to get that house of her dreams that her friends have.
I think it's going to be a good summer. I'm sure we'll have a lot of sun. That badger you saw, what was it eating?
I don't know. I got scared. I was afraid for the cat. But then I thought the cat would probably fight harder and scream louder. It must have been a porcupine. I mean, there are a lot of them around here.
I'm a creature!
Says the crocodile.
I'm a monster!
Says the fox. The children are hiding in the cupboards, in the basements, in the sewers, in the innards of a roundabout. The children are shouting. The children are bumping into furniture, into shelves and wardrobe doors, into cars, a crowd. They're getting louder.
Listen to the sound that I make!
At first I was careful. I recycled every little item. I told them. If I wasn't sure, I would put it to the side for later. I started thinking about it like raw material, like paper, plastic, all of that. Hazardous waste, electronics, wood, aluminum, all of that. It seemed endless. Little by little, I lost my patience. The emotions got to me at first. It was just a small carelessness. A framed photograph that I couldn't deal with, dismantling in order for the paper to go to the paper, the glass to go to glass, aluminum with aluminum, and wood with wood. So I just threw it in the garbage bag, and as soon as I did that, the entire system was flawed, and remember, I am grieving. My face is smeared with tears and snot, and I'm making those sounds like wailing, like a child in me just lost a mother, like that kind of sounds. So in the end, I was just stuffing the garbage bags in and dragging it to the front of the lawn where they just stood, hundreds of black garbage bags. I no longer had an idea what was what. It was just photo albums with kitchen appliances and stereos and books and pamphlets from every organization there is, and clothes.
She says.
We have garbage bags, heaps of coats and the winter coats.
Garbage cans, all heaped up in the front yards.
One for each winter. And all the tiny fibers in the coats, all the filling, all this winter.
In the roundabouts.
It nauseates me.
At the recycling depot.
It all just went to the dumpster for unrecyclable waste and perdition. Sometimes I just wish it would explode, all of it, just so we don't have to worry about it anymore. 5,000 pairs of shoes, smelly, old, crusty leather piles dragging with them some old filth from long ago.
And the badger that pretends to be a badger pretends to be a badger, as the fox keeps on roaming through the garbage. And the squirrel that is a child is emptying out the cupboards and is roaming through the fur coats, the shoes, the filth from long ago. A piece of art, a piece of shit.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know it yet. I will do it. I'm going to do it. You do not know it, but I will. I can't live like this any longer. I'm rotten. My soul is rotten. I am dead. All this is already over. It's old. Why can't it just self-terminate? Just explode? I hate things. I hate them so much.
The children are watching a dead person who claims he is alive.
I tried to sign up for online dating. Thought there must be horny women online. Must be other compulsive liars who want to have an affair with me. Someone that wouldn't get hurt. Someone open to the terms. We meet, we fuck, we keep it secret. I was wrong. I couldn't find anyone like that out there. I ended up spending a lot of money fighting online with women that didn't want to meet. Do they think I'm stupid? That I don't get it? I know that they're paid to entertain me online, to make me feel special, to send me pictures with the hope that one day we'll meet. Oh, fuck. The truth is, they're hired by some company to keep me on the website chatting, and since you pay for each email you send, it's convenient for them to let me meet out in real life. They're not people that you can actually spend time with or have fun with. You get it? They meet liars with lies. That might be fair. But they make profits out of our fucking sorrow. They use people's problems to suck money out of our pockets. Anyway, I felt so useless when I realised I got depressed because some woman I met online was probably lying to me. I was so shocked to realise that she didn't find me incredibly attractive. She was sitting somewhere, unknown, getting paid to turn me on. Fuck, that's humiliating. I'm tired. I can't be a good person. I don't believe in therapy to change. I don't believe in art anymore, it's sublimation.
Oh, you are lying.
Yes, I am.
You've never even watched online porn.
Nope, I haven't.
You've never believed in art as sublimation.
Yes, I did.
The crocodile that is a child makes scary sounds at the breakfast table.
Look, I'm not looking for a fight.
The fox lurks under the bed.
I know. You're just depressed because some arsehole didn't understand your performance, that's all.
Who is there? The hunters are whispering to each other. Who's there? Walking in the woods. Who is a bat? Is a bird? Is a beaver?
A puddle!
Aha! Let's cross it!
Let's jump in it. Let's splash around.
I'm going nowhere.
No, let's get out of here!
I'm definitely going somewhere.
Let's all get lost!
The badger is packing a comb, a torch, a battle axe. He's singing. This is an island so huge you could even get lost. This is an island so huge it could hide any secret. An island so huge we almost forget its forests and lakes, valleys and mountaintops, beaches and farms, all drowning in the darkness of the woods, littered with rabbit holes, with foxholes, dens and hives. 2 hunters by a creek, waiting for their coffee to boil. Strange. It's a place out there where the waves break.
Yes, that's the Marbakke,
Marbakken.
where it suddenly gets deep.
I see. The children are watching from the bridge. Who is there in the water? Who is there resting in the woods? It's the sun and the wind, like now, like ahead in the waves, a dowding hood, where the waves break. It appears and then the wind turns and then, I've seen it, it breaks the surface, a dead man's head.
Can't say I have seen it. Sitting here, seeing the sun go down. I've been there so many times.
It's the wind when it turns. I was a child the first time I saw it, up by Krokelva. It's high ground up there. It's easy to see it from up high, but you can see it from here too.
I've never heard anybody else mention anything like that. That there's a Dowding in Morgan.
They all know it. Nobody talks about it.
You were by Krokelva, and you looked down at it. How old were you?
I don't know. 9, maybe 10. It was less overgrown up there then, more open. There was this glade up by the river where Kroken used to live. It cleared some land up there with that deformed hand of his on that rugged area by the creek. And one could stand there and look down on the bay, how the water sparkled in sunny days. Anyway, they're all gone.
Mainly.
They're not you.
No.
You are sitting here.
Yes, I'm sitting here.
Sometimes you can hear it, like steps.
I am full up.
Like what?
Cat breaking down inside me.
Like somebody walking.
Porcupine. A badger melting into me. Tired cat.
Up there, in the marsh, the sound of somebody walking, soft steps in the heather, and the tiny dark puddles all lined up.
A seagull. A lumpfish. An old rat that I found.
An archipelago like strings and beads in an ocean of turf.
Soon I will be hungry again.
Are we in the marshes now?
Yes, we are in the marsh. Down by the puddles, by the pond, and we want to dive in, but we dare not. And we stand there longing to jump into that murky water, but we do not have the guts to do so.
It's deep.
It's bottomless. That's what they say. It doesn't mean that it's without a bottom, just that whoever dives there, whoever touches the bottom, never returns. The children are watching from the bridge. Who is there in the water? Let's cross it, says one. Let's stay behind, says the other. The children are standing at a crossroads. They are waiting for the bus. The ferryman. Here comes the beaver, says the fox. Here comes the hammerfish, says the squirrel.
Oh, the word hungry does not describe it. My belly is soft. Soon I will be hungry again. It's like acid. Corrosion.
They gritted their teeth and celebrated Christmas together. They only did it for the kids. She got us and the house and all the stuff, but he got nothing at all. He left and she stayed, and she never threw anything out. When she sold the house and bought a smaller place, an apartment, She just packed the drawers without even looking through them. Just bagged them and taped them. She never threw a thing out. The little space there was just an old random mess. Think how she carried this ugly old mug with her, from apartment to apartment, from 92 till now. And now I just throw it out, just like that. Why can't it just self-terminate, just explode? I hate things. I hate them so much. It's disgusting. Now all I have left is a little bit of stuff that she had that I can sell. Silver, porcelain, these grimacing children figurines that she used to collect, but I never noticed them before because of all the stuff. It's very sad. I was thinking, when I'm done shooting at that mug, that I want to shoot at it. Sorry. I was thinking, when I'm done shooting at the mug, that I just want to shoot at the bullet. Shoot it once. When it splits open, I want to shoot the fragments, and then again, you see, until there's just powder and bang.
Have you ever shot a gun before?
No.
That's just unbelievable.
How so?
That you never needed to fend with your life by using a gun?
Have you ever shot anyone?
Really?
Yeah, who died? Who then died?
I'm very precise.
Always in self-defense?
What do you think? Yes? Maybe just start with this one.
Okay.
Look. Now it's loaded. Here. Just aim and pull the trigger. See?
Whoa! It's heavy. Is it still loaded?
Yes, just go crazy. Shoot!
Oh, this is so easy!
See, I knew it had potential.
Do you remember when you gave me that kiss?
When?
It was a long time ago. We could do it again sometime.
We have forests, we have lakes, we have mountain tops and valleys, we have all kinds of animals, we have creatures, monsters, trolls, we have hidden places and famous ghosts, we have snow and rain and even darker days, we have sun shining, cutting through the voices of innocent laughter, and we have it all, and it makes us wonder what's real.
You know, there's a part of our brain, back in evolution, that is activated by the sound of something crunching. It makes us hungry. Like when they design chips, they study the crunch. It's better. The better it crunches, the harder it is to stop eating. It's like a biological click in your brain that the crunch activates. That's why it's so hard to stop eating chips or to sell them.
No. I don't need a bed. No. I don't need sleep. No. Don't need a thing. Just a back to push myself against. A resilient back. The real diagnosis is to like me. I recognize my type instantly by their walk. Like they have a stick up their ass and it reaches all the way up to the nape of their heads. If the facial expression is relaxed, they are not for me. And if they look me in the eye, nothing will happen. The one before Emil was called Jon, and he lived in some other person's closet, drawing sad, goth children in a notebook and penciled poetry in English. He was 40-something, and his capillaries, thank you, were busted because of all the water retention. And he collected pacifiers into a large key ring, and his hair was all tangled up in one thick lump that looked like a beaver tail or some shit. And he used a tinted glass for his depression and went to a Dale Carnegie workshop for his panic attacks. So when I met Emil, I thought he was such a gentleman, and he was always supporting me. My friends sometimes tell me to break up with Emil. They send me links to pages that tell about domestic violence or 12-step group and they talk about diagnosis and try to separate the mess, sort it out, and solve it. I told them not to bother because if I break up with Emil, the next one might be worse. He might seem better at first, but then it'll be worse. I just have Such a horrid taste in them.
The children are bumping into roadsides, into hitchhikers. They're crossing the interiors, creeks and country lanes into the Secretary of State as he stands bent over a flat tire at the roadside, cursing. Bugger! 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 Ass, puke, shit, bugger, bugger me! As he continues to curse. Blasted cunt, cunt face ass! Cunt ass, damn, bugger, ass, bugger, motherfucker, fuck, 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 fuck. As he calms down, as he is saying, I wish I was a child. I wish I was a child again. I wish I was a fireman. I wish I was a goldfish swimming in my goldfish bowl, saying, do you have any tranquilizers? Saying, show me your bags. Show me your hands. Show me your teeth. Show me your hopes and dreams. Show me your secret selves. Show me the way home. Tell me my name. Tell me my name. Tell me my name. The children tied to a tree. They fill his pockets with honey and ants and run away laughing.
Lately, it's like I can't find my voice. I wake up and it's gone. I open my mouth and it's not there. I can't find my voice and I don't own my own words. Well, not really. I mean, in a way I do, but not really. I don't really own them. I mean, fuck, they're just words, and so I try to speak, and I just... It's my voice.
Which one of you is supposed to jump?
It was me and my cousin. We were about to jump, but then we heard somebody. Long steps across the heaven, and then we lost our courage. We just turned around and ran away.
And where did you run to?
Up along the creek, into the ravine and through the thickets, up to the waterfall. It's hard work, slow all the way to the top. Around it, the ground was covered with Gjerpen by the pond. Underneath the waterfall, and no sign of marshland. The waterfall is hidden behind the thickets. It closes in on it around the pond. There are some other children there, but when I turn around, I cannot see any.
What other children?
In the waterfall on the pond, behind the foxgloves. I cannot see them, not in the waterfall, and not in the pond. But I hear them saying things, talking.
What are they talking about?
They're talking about me.
What are they saying?
They say, your family has left you. Your family has left you. Your girlfriend has left you. You're alone. They keep on repeating it. You're alone. You have nobody. Far away. Up the hill I crawl through the ferns all along the edge of the waterfall. It's steep up there. The earth is so brittle where the thorns grow. I keep on slipping. But I get up. I get myself up, and then it opens up the landscape.
Yes. Up by the lake.
Yes.
That's this corner. That icy cleft up there. You walk it and then onwards. As far as you want to go.
I'm up by the water facing
Facing the cleft.
and when I turn around, I can see Wogan. The bay is clear.
Right.
Thought about taking a lot of pills. Fentanyl, HCI, midazolam, Nanditol, Seconol. I thought about cutting open my veins, going out like a Roman. Sitting in a bath and enjoying the end, probably my favourite book. But then I thought, shit, we don't have a bath. We don't have the money to replace our shower with a bathtub. She always complains about it. Says the kids should live in a house with a bath. And anyway, I can't even decide what is my favourite book. It all seems so staged, so thought out. Thought about hanging myself. That's not so easy. So many things can go wrong. Maybe the hook isn't strong enough and the rope could break. Worst case, you risk hanging there for a long time before you actually die. It's like that. It's a terrible thing. Like when you have the feeling that you don't even own your own words. Not even your feelings. They are not even like
Original.
We know how you feel.
Yes. They feel even made up. The moment you say them, as you speak, I'm under a spell. A spell in which my brain is like a huge maze. I know I came inside the maze at some point, and I'm desperately looking for an exit, but I can't find it. And there are more and more alleys, there are more and more walls, there are more problems, there are more and more meaningless actions, and meaningless relationships, and meaningless locations, meaningless dreams, meaningless worries.
I think it's psychological.
Damn sure it's psychological. I get so frustrated sometimes, just so fucking frustrated. Just like screaming. What if I can't function? What if I'm like broken? A piece of machinery, like just and then no more. Just like scrap.
You're not broken. You're not broken.
I have the prettiest tail in the world!
I have the sharpest teeth!
I have the sharpest teeth, the biggest grin, superpowers, handicaps, life skills, love, a jar filled with sprugs, with jellyfish, heartache. We have forests, we have lakes, we have mountain tops and valleys, we have all kinds of animals. We have it all and we know it's precious, and all we can feel is the darkness. All we can see is the darkness. All we can think is the darkness.
In the beginning was the Word. You did not hear me, did not see me, did not cover your eyes, did not hear a word, think a thought, did not hear me breathing your breathing. It is for you. I stand in darkness for you. I am night. I am the blackness that surrounds me. It's like the air in your lungs. I pour gasoline over me. Can you hear the sound of it? Like water, heavy water that swirls, that leaps across the wall, the dam that falls to the ground, spreads itself out, touches your feet. You stand barefoot in it. It folds around you. You do not hear my thoughts, not a word. You do not know that which is about to happen. A work of art. That is what will happen. We will make a work of art. That's what we'll do. You are all here. You're all invited. You're all a part of my story. You are my work of art. Your lives, your fears, your memories, your thoughts, your feelings, the fucking that already goes on in your heads, that which you detest, the punches, the caresses, the way you can't stop thinking about your children, your cat, and the wind fills the hall. It caresses our neck. It is so cold, a rough hand, and even if it's there, the air is still. It is all totally still, as if the air there was constituted by our breaths. As if in this hall, on this peninsula, we are running out of it. The air we breathe, it stinks. Soon it will reek of gasoline. I have begged you to come. You all know each other. I know you all. You have all become one word for me. That's enough that you are here, that you know why. We know each other. We sleep with one another. We kill each other. We make each other sick. We love one another. We hate. We have enough of one another, and we still want more. It is all a complete murky darkness. You sit there like blind, as you learn to see with your senses, to read with your minds, as you fear are being unlocked, the singing in your heart, and your heart breaks out into the open, out of your narrow chest, but you are caught here in this waiting, in this silence of the other, and the silencing of others, as we avoid each other's gaze. We are on an island of bliss. We are the makers of utopia that will arise from the truth that I speak. We will die. You and me and you and your child in your home, and the dog and the deer in the forest burns down, as it all burns down, as the oceans rise aflame. You will be on this island, in an ocean of flames. You, as the ice turns to heat. You are the heart of my art, the eye of the storm. I have this gasoline and this matchstick. With it, I will draw your portraits. You will burn for my art, our joint venture. Each and every one of you will become an artist, and as one. Finally, like one, you take leave of your personalities. You will become pure colours. You will become my colours. You become all ears. You can hear every word I say. You rise as I burn for you. I stand aflame before your eyes. Who of you will take his jacket off? Which one of you will take his jacket off and throw it over me? Which one of you will try to put out the fire? As I run through this dark crowd like a fireball, to put you all alight. You, and you, and you, and you, and you. While we all turn into language, not flesh, not blood, not hair, heart only. Words, freedom will blow you wide open. Tonians, word bodies, language bodies, all language, spoken as one. This peninsula is my Babylon, and I am Atlantis. We are shadows, shadows of words. Look, deep inside you, there's light. You're all lit up. Look, like through a window, you can spot your own inner selves. Can you read your own heart? What is written there in the dust? That which makes the unreadable, unreadable. This night smells of gasoline. Hear how I sing.
It is night on the island. Julian stands aflame. The crowd is applauding. The crocodile is asleep. The squirrel rests, all curled up in the arms of the badger. He is dreaming of candy floss, of murky rivers, of little brown nuts. Only the fox is awake. She has gone hunting. She does not care about the stars. She is not gazing into the fire. She is a turtle too big for her shell. She is just like her mother, a wolf devouring a deer, a princess shedding her skin.
I had this dream.
He says he wants to die. I'm fine with dying, I just hate all this talk.
What dream?
I would rather eat my babies.
Oh, it's silly.
It's not that I want him dead. He wouldn't understand. I am not his art project. He wants to wear me like a sweater, sneak round in me, trying to get below the line, underneath.
In this dream, I was a woman, and this woman said,
What did she say?
"What am I?"
Okay.
So what am I?
Oh, you're a beaver? What am I?
No, that's silly.
Hmm? I don't think it's silly, it's kind of fun. So, what did she say, the woman in your dream?
Hamster?
Hamster, come on.
I
What
don't
am
know!
I?
I don't know!
Guess!
You're a bear.
Ruh! And now it's your turn. Show me. What are you?
I don't know.
Show me.
I don't know!
Look, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun. Show me. What's wrong with you?
No, nothing's wrong with me. I just,
Come on, show me.
Okay, wait. Like this?
I love it. No, I really, it's lovely. Come here. You're a squirrel, an alley cat, tiny white mouse.
They're shooting again. It's time to wake up. It's time to find the children. Come home!
She cries, the crocodile mum.
Come home!
She's looking for her baby fox.
Oh, come back!
They've crossed that bridge, they have jumped that creek.
Don't cross that bridge! Do not jump that creek!
Lock your doors, it's late, darkness is coming. We wonder if we're dreaming. We wonder of the outside, and all we can feel is its darkness. And all we can see is its darkness. And all we can think is its darkness.
I mean, there's a certain kind of framework you're supposed to fit into. Consensus paralyzes action. I mean, when the idea of what you cannot do is stronger than the idea about what you can do.
Like the sniper.
What about the sniper?
When he hits, I mean, there's the voice of reason, and then the will to act, and then the sniper. These are the days of the sniper. That's what I think. It's all about what you do and what you say. Cause and effect. Cause and effect.
Like, well, the link is broken, then if what you say does not mean anything, like, there is no effect.
And the sniper?
That's what I mean.
You have guns?
Yes.
So, if the link is broken, then...
Why have guns if you're not going to use them?
So, it's the time of the sniper. Just bang and get it over with.
We have forests, we have lakes, we have all kinds of animals. They are walking through the woods. This way, says the squirrel. This way, says the crocodile. This way, says the fox. They are crossing the river, leaving the lake behind. We love it so much, the peninsula, its landscapes, its hiding grounds. But we do not know it. What is this? This is after the end.
I like it. Have just repainted.
No, we just walked them.
Looks like $1 million. Then it could be fresh paint. I didn't think about doing it myself.
And congratulations with your performance. I read about it.
Thank you, I think.
It must be a great feeling. I mean, doing something you love.
Yeah, it can be nice.
I'll try to go see it.
And you, imagine you finally got it. The house that you've been dreaming about.
It's not exactly what I dreamt about, but, well, the house is fine, but it's quite new. Just behind the gas station.
The gas station?
Yeah, I mean, not so much sun, you know. Here, we have the view. Here, we can see the water. It's so lovely here, this time of year. It's going to be hard leaving this island.
Oh, for God's sake, stop calling it an island. It's a peninsula. An island is surrounded by water. This is not one. It's
Hey, look, don't get all worked up.
You all call it an island. It's just totally...
I am sorry.
It's a peninsula.
Yes.
We live on a peninsula.
Yes.
A peninsula. I'm sorry. I'm just so tired. I'm just so useless, this performance.
It's going to get better.
Yeah.
It always gets better.
Yeah, it's like, all I do, all I think, it's just shame. I know it comes from society, it comes from our parents, it creates like a hole, and then
I know.
we fight all the time to be.
I know.
We fight with this self-censoring.
Self-censoring?
I wish we could just let ourselves go, and then we could just let ourselves go. Then
I think.
I mean, how many lies can this universe tolerate?
I think the important thing is the temperature. I don't mind the rain. I'm just worried about the snails, the slugs. They eat everything.
that house is fine.
I know. I should be happy. I shouldn't be so dependent. I should be a feminist and all. I can't help it. I'm quite depressed about the house. About my husband, his job, and everything.
Can't find my children.
And not the kids, of course. Like, never the kids, of course. All he wants to do is write. Maybe he can write. I don't know. He wants the life that you have.
System who makes a profit on our fucking sorrow.
Get back.
I'm just worried about the garden. About all the stuff. What to bring, what not to bring. My mother died. Could you watch the plants while we're gone?
We're also leaving for the summer. Going to the cabin.
I didn't know you had a cabin.
We don't. We bought it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's by the lake. Anyway, it's a nice house. The kids will love it. It's important how we live.
Do you want a beer?
Beer? Now? Why not? And you?
I don't drink. I'm on this like diet, no alcohol. It's like detoxing.
She is so bourgeois. She can't help herself. I mean, I meet her everywhere, in the shop, on the doorstep.
Kate told me that you're going to get
Tells me
a
everything.
new back door.
And she wants you to like her, and she wants me to like her.
To the garden.
I bumped into her husband, a badger, on the boat.
Did you
You
hear?
know, he says he's going to Poland on a good tour.
This grandfather picked up the wrong
He's kind of
child
drunk. I mean, he's
from
on his way
Iumiento.
back from work.
He comes home, and then the grandmother looks at the child and discovers that he was the wrong
So
kid.
hard, he says.
The child.
After so many years
Keep
of
it
marriage, it's so hard, he says. After so many years with my wife.
Picking up the wrong child.
Thing is, in no sense.
How can you do that?
Tells me that they're planning to go to Auschwitz on a Goethe tour. Yep. And while they're there, if they don't get totally shit-faced, like if they do not get totally shit-faced, they're going to go to Auschwitz.
Anyway, it's too close to the neighbor.
What?
The back door. I mean, just don't want to bump into them. Like literally bump into them every time you open it. Open the door. Maybe I should go.
Please stay. Just wait until.
It's almost as if he wants to kiss her. All of a sudden she feels pretty. She feels appreciated. She wants to feel pretty. She wants to feel appreciated. She gets closer to him. She kisses him. He kisses her back. He gets really into her. She opens his pants.
Yeah. Just like that. Just come into my hand. Just come. You don't want to make a mess, do you?
He cleans himself. They stay in silence. He does not believe in therapy. He does not believe in artist sublimation. He does not want to keep on lying.
You are lying.
Yes.
You never slept with a man.
No.
You're lying.
Yes.
You slept with her.
No.
You're just depressed because you couldn't go through with that damn piece at that performance. You live in denial. I feel like a coward.
You are in denial. You're in denial because about how the world perceives you. I can do that.
And how is that?
How is what?
How does the world perceive me?
You let me down.
Oh. I am a wonderful person.
Who let you down?
I recycle my garbage.
My neighbor.
I want to save the world. Who do you want to save?
Who?
He couldn't look after the house after all.
I've heard he's being unfaithful. That he has affairs.
Does he?
Probably he's that type, you can tell.
Who's saying that?
Doesn't matter. It's how you present it. It's like in artwork. If someone presents a thing well enough, people believe it.
Isn't that just a fancy way of lying?
Who the hell cares what's true or not? You're missing the point. As long as you present it as it's the truth and people believe it, it is the truth. It is the truth. That's what art is. Art's not a ninth grade biology textbook. It's like if you film this guy, let's say it's a celebrity, as he knocks on somebody's door, and then you state that he is unfaithful and put that on the internet, the people starts talking, and the rest is...
Rather brutal.
Yes, it is. It needs to be. If it's art, you see.
You know he's doing this project
Okay.
on his own suicide? He's like making suicide notes and
Okay.
thinking about it. I mean, how to do it.
Okay.
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 You're really not interested, are you?
No? His graduate piece was a tampon.
Don't simplify it. It was a sculpture and an investigation and a clear reference to a poem by Ingeborg Bachmann. I step outside myself.
Lena says.
Show me your guns.
Kate says.
You only want to hurt me. You're only hurting yourself.
The badger says. And as they stand there, the rain starts to fall. And as they stand there, the rain sinks into the ground, into flower beds and garbage cans, soaking the trees, lining the roundabout, soaking the paths leading into the woods, turning them dark, turning them into fast-flowing creeks for the crocodiles to splash about in. This is the island. This is the rain that pours over its suburbs and its interiors, over its maze of houses and gardens, over the lake, over the dark woods. The water is rising. The rivers are tasting its brims. I was thinking about doing some fishing, putting out some nets. How high was the river last time you were here?
Nets here?
Yes.
Where? That's illegal, isn't it?
Maybe.
And you're going to do it anyway?
It's only for the good. Thinning it out.
Thinning it out?
The fish is too small and there's too many of them, so I'm thinking thinning it out.
In the river?
Yes.
You're thinning the river because there's too much small fish in the pond? Wait, don't answer. Kroken, va?
What?
That's what it's called.
Because it's crooked.
No? Because there used to live this guy down there called Kroken.
This place, it's not exactly Sorcinia, is it? To put it mildly. But you know, that's where you find them. Kroksgardene, where there is little sun and rough terrain, like here, up this screen, see? All along its border, the woods are all crooked. There's no need to do anything but chopping an end off the tree and then just carve the bark right off it. You'd be pretty silly if you went looking for a krokstaven at the sunny side of Ida. One needs to know these things. There's no point whittling the wood, polishing it, if you have an emna that's straight as an edge. But who has the time for that these days? As soon as the snow melts, it's carving and planting, and there is wood to be chopped. There's no end to this time of year. But it's nice. It is. Working the wood, when the weather is nice and the summer breezes blow across Ida, then this is the place to be, you know? Before you have to turn your hand to the firewood, or fishing, or both, or picking berries, or harvesting, or hunting. Every emna offers a possibility, you know?
I lived by the river a long time ago.
Okay.
His hand was so deformed that it looked like a hook, all crooked, like this. That's why they say, that's what they say anyways.
The old folks.
Yeah. He never got himself a woman. He just lived there, down by the river, alone, getting by as best as he could with his crooked hand. People looked at him like an original, I guess.
These things happen.
I had a dream.
Dream?
Saw this rock that looked like a giant head. And Morgan. A face. Floating. Like, and the sun was setting.
It's beautiful.
I wouldn't call it beautiful. It's more, it's like floating, clipping ever so slightly, up and down. You know?
A gigantic face tipping into the water as the sun sets. What are you thinking about?
I think you're just so cowardly.
Not too dear.
What?
One bad review. Why don't you just get over it?
It's
Why do you care? Nobody cares. Nobody reads anymore.
I do.
You've had so many good reviews. Don't focus on the only one that was bad.
Focusing on what's bad. That's the engine of my life.
Yeah, I know. And it's such a turn off.
Okay. I'm turning you off.
Yes. Not always. But you can be from time to time. From time to time, you can be such a turn off.
What can I say? I'm a realist. I take in all of reality, including the things that don't make me happy about myself.
Bullshit.
Bullshit, what? Really?
Bullshit. A realist. Oh, do me a favour, please. Just call yourself a narcissist.
A narcissist? A narcissist?
You heard me. Are you being a realist when your kids ask you to listen to them? When they tell you that it feels like you're just pretending to be there?
The fact that I can't change what I've done wrong does not mean that I don't acknowledge my mistakes.
Please, Julia.
What, you think you're better? I listen to my kids, I'm present. Come on, I'm not looking for a fight, I'm just depressed because an arsehole didn't understand my performance and...
Look, I'm not looking for a fight. This is a fight! It's just not about something that interests you as much as your fucking review. You get your reviews and you make your own family pay the price for your lack of artistic courage, and you're losing your hair. And everybody sees it, and nobody cares! Once you had talent, and now you have a Facebook profile full of good reviews.
My Facebook? You really think I care about that stupid, narcissistic rattle?
Nobody thinks I just anymore!
Why are you screaming at me? I can't believe it. He's telling her right about this.
Right about what?
What? Just say something. Oh, you're just being creepy. Stop it. I don't like the way you're looking at me right now.
How am I looking at you? The kids, they're not at my mother's.
They're not. Kate, we discussed this. You promised.
We discussed this. What we discussed was sharing everything. We were supposed to be partners. We were supposed to be honest in work, in our lives.
I can't do this.
And what is it that you cannot do?
You're using the children against me. I cannot give you what you want, and if you just force it out of me like this.
So I wish I could claw your eyes out. No! Of course you cannot give me what I want, because you are so fucking cheap that even the thought of giving me something would hurt you, the thought of giving me something that you know would make me happy, the thought of giving me something without getting something in return.
I gave you those children! No, I gave you those fucking children! I gave you those children to be happy. Why can't you be happy? Be happy, for fuck's sake!
This is our home. This is where we drive our car. This is where we ride our horses. This is where the ferry anchors up. Here, there is no need for a bridge. We are connected. We are safe. This place is a part of the world.
Hey, it's me. I am dead.
This is how they think of it. This is not an island, and will never be one.
Hey, it's me. Julian. When you read this, I'm dead. I am the smallest, slimiest creature living in the darkest possible cave. I hear nothing, see nothing, taste nothing. If this fish ceased to exist, would it be a tragedy, or would we be doing it a favour?
The night is here. He's sitting in his room. The night is turning the darkness between the branches, wet and moist.
I love you. I love the kids. I love our life. I love what we've created. I love this island, as you call it. I love food. I love the rituals. I love the company. I love the dreams. I love the comfort. I love the birthdays. I love the parties. I love the family reunions. I love the summer vacations.
Who would have thought that it would be so rewarding to shoot a gun? Just like right into the mud. Boom, 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 boom.
Maybe I should try shooting myself in the face.
Straight into the mud.
Taking them out.
If
Face
you,
closed.
if you had an accident, if you shot someone accidentally, or if someone shot you,
Dead.
yeah. I mean, it's not that you would be missing much. I mean, what would you miss? Your thoughts?
No. I certainly wouldn't miss them much. You?
No. But still, I'm not gonna shoot myself.
It's a possibility, though. I've always considered it a possibility. Sort of a privilege, even. That you could shoot yourself in the face if you wanted to. Isn't that better? Consider it my gift to you. You're welcome.
I didn't thank you. I want to go home.
The last bus has come. I can't drive, we've been drinking. You can sleep on my land. We could drink some more. We could just go on a shooting spree. You could shoot at my stuff, at my paintings, my china, my silverware, my pots and pans, my horse.
Not your horse.
Okay, not my horses. But anything else.
Anything?
Absolutely anything.
If you were an animal, you'd say a cat that got hit by a truck and you were too weak to live, but not hurt enough to die. What would you do?
There was a cracking noise, and then a silence. At the place where the peninsula is at its narrowest,
What's that sound?
he says,
I did not hear a sound.
There most certainly was a sound.
It's probably the world coming to an end.
With my luck. A cracking sound, almost, as if something shifted underneath our feet.
What was that? The hunter says. What? Did you not hear it too? How close was it, do you think?
Not close. At least on the other side of the lake. Down by Aanderaa, I would guess, at least.
There it is again. That's something really big on the roof.
Sounded like thunder.
An earthquake, something. And the fox looks at the squirrels, who look at the crocodile.
The ground's shaking!
There's the squirrel.
My belly's
There's
shaking!
the crocodile.
And the trees!
And the water in my cup!
Whoa, how cool is that?
Look at the trees, look at the trees, say the children pretending to be animals as the trees shake, as the leaves tumble over them, as they jump and shout between twigs and branches, and the rumbling grows higher, and rocks start rolling down slopes, and the river starts to spill its waters into the marshes, and the lake rips open like a ripe fruit, pouring its sweet water into the ocean as the hunters pick up their guns in that dark interior far away from danger, as the rivers ripple, as the badger clings to the fox, as the squirrel clings to the badger, and the crocodile keeps slamming its tail in mud, shouting to see if her voice is bigger than the rumble, as the peninsula starts tearing itself away from the mainland, as if it all had a will of its own. What the hell was that? Says the Secretary of State as he sees the world torn open.
That's what's happened there, my girl. That was really something else.
Says the lover that resembles a badger as the peninsula becomes an island. And Nina turns to her weapons as Julia reaches for Kate's hand, as he shouts.
I don't want to die!
And she says,
Don't worry, you're not going to die. Not today. This is not the end. Whatever end you're looking for, it's not going to happen while we're here, on this island.
Look at all the water.
Amy, could you just hold me for a second?
What? What's that? I can't hear you over all the water.
This is the place where I grew up.
This place is what we chose for our children.
We were just supposed to go for a Sunday walk in the forest today.
We were supposed to go to town.
See my mother. Buy some things. How strange. I feel like this is all a metaphor. Maybe it's all just a metaphor. Don't get it? I don't get it, Julian. You've always been good with metaphors. I mean, I thought even if the world ends, this makes safe.
We should jump. All together before it's too late.
Just stay right here. There we are.
We should just shoot anything in sight.
We should all just go back to our house and pretend as if nothing has happened.
I've always thought of it as an island anyway.
You won't be happy living on an island, will you? Well, I mean, we still have a ferry.
it's terrible. It's so exciting. Where is the police, the government? We all came to see it. Somebody do something.
And the gas station is still here. Is garden furniture on sale?
We can run together to the gas station to buy ice cream.
You guys should come and barbecue at our new place.
And we can jump on the trampoline.
I think I'm going to jump.
But you can't.
You can't stop a man from killing himself.
He'll never do it. He'll never jump.
Well, you're wrong. I am going to jump.
And what if you don't die?
Well, yeah. What if you just keep falling forever?
Once I tried bungee jumping and falling was the worst part.
If you jump, we'll just have to forget about you.
I won't forget about you.
This is a nightmare.
When we moved to this place, we thought this was the exit.
When we moved to this place, I did not want to move.
At this point, all we need to do is relax.
At this point, all we need to do is make more money to pay the mortgage.
At this point, we need to have a housewarming party.
Whatever we decide to do, it's no longer our decision.
Whatever we decide to do, we need to transform.
Whatever we decide to do, we need to take care of what we have.
Whatever we decide to do, I hope I'll see you again, Julie.
Whatever we decide to do, it's going to be fun.
Whatever we decide to do, it's going to be okay.
People will talk about this forever.
This is it. Someone will jump. Someone will die. Someone will change. Someone will lie. Someone will survive. Someone will make children. Someone will play. Someone will break the law. Someone will think about the future. Someone will never know what this place has become.
The peninsula tears itself loose from the interior, floating like a giant skull. It tips ever so slowly into the waves, swaying, then stabilizing, swaying, then stabilizing, drifting further and further from the mainland. Bye-bye forest, bye-bye interior, bye-bye children and hunters, bye-bye. And as the neighbours return to their neighbourhood, Kate parks the Qashqai. Nina picks up her weapons. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
She takes a deep breath. She starts shooting. At random first. Then at her stuff, her paintings, her china, her silverware, her pots and pans, all the leftovers, her mother's jug. She goes out. She's aiming for the zebra crossings. She's shooting at the garden centre, a pedestrian. She's looking for higher ground. She's pacing herself. She's not thinking about slugs. A heron takes off. Julian is in the dark. He is staring at his art. He has no past that was pleasant, but has now passed. Has no dreams of another life, different and better. He does not have anybody. He does not have a body. And somewhere deep in the forest, the fox slips and snarls.
This way,
says the fox.
This way,
says the crocodile.
Do you think they'll still remember us?
Says the squirrel. Blissfully unaware that the edge of the forest is no longer the edge of the forest, but a shoreline, as they walk further away from the shoreline, from all that they used to know. They leave a trail of things behind them. A plastic bag, a candy wrap, a cap, the badger's left shoe. And for a while they do not talk. They have each other. They no longer have a plastic bag, a candy wrap, a battle axe, the badger's left shoe. And the marshes spread out between the pine trees, pulling at their roots as the puddles grow darker, as the two hunters stop lowering their guns, listening for a moment. It's all silent now. Nothing moving in the undergrowth. Everything waiting. Not a sound. Hey, did you hear that? I thought I heard children. The voice of a child. Over there.
Okay. No, can't be.
Yeah, I saw something moving.
I think that was a fox or something.
Or a squirrel.
Could have been a squirrel.
Can you see that gorge over there, between the mountains?
Gorge.
There. When you see it from this direction, it looks as if someone has cracked the mountain right open. There. That crack there. Can you see it?
Oh yes. Now I see it.
They say that one day that crack will just burst open. That it will open itself up into an abyss. No one knows when it will happen. Maybe tomorrow. Or in 100 years.
That guy, Joakim, wasn't he still around when you were a child?
Was it? I don't know. I can't remember.
He must still have been around when you were that age.
No, not in this area, as far as I know.
It was a shooting accident, wasn't it? That deformed his hand?
No, he was born that way.
I heard it was a shooting accident. Now it's gone.
But you saw it too.
Now it's gone.
But it was there. As big as a child, I'm sure of it. A campfire. 4 children pretending to be safe. Pretending to be what they want to be. A squirrel, a badger, a crocodile, and a fox. 4 animals. Lighting an Engham's dinner. Barbecuing a chocolate bar, and a sandwich, and a piece of chicken.
Oh, watch out! Chocolate's melting! I told you! I told you we should have put on last!
Scoop it up! Scoop it up! It's just like poo. It's just like soup. We can drink it.
4 little animals lighting the fire. It's golden. It sparks, shines, and glistens in the dark, far away from home. That's where they are.
Are we really?
We are.
Are we really, like, lost?
Lost in the woods.
Not kind of lost, but like lost.
Totally.
Like totally fucking lost.
Like, totally.
Perkins.
Like, we have to live on roots and moss and shit, right?
Lost. Right.
I have a can of beans here if anybody fancies it.
Does anybody have a can opener?
We could just use the stone or something.
Yeah. Let's stone it.
They stone the can of beans as the sun sets over the marshes and the peninsula tears itself away on the Julian Sea, drifting off, finally in Ireland, as the children fall asleep under the branches, as the hunters wade through the wetland, following the traces, tiny footprints of a...
What is it?
I'm not sure.
I think it's a fox. It's not a squirrel. Not a hare. Too heavy.
It might be fox.
Look. There. Under the branches.
It's really big. As big.
As a 6-year-old.
I got it.
Wait. Are you sure it's an animal?
I've got it.
Should we not? I think it's...
Sound of gunshots.
What was that?
What's what?
It was as if fire touched my back.
Not nothing.
The children that pretend to be animals pretend no more. A fox lies dead in the woods. It is cold. Insects are nesting in its pointed ears. The forest is too dense. Let's go home, says the boy. I want my mother, says the girl. I'm scared. Still listening.
Yes, who?
Little crocodile that used to chew on my toes. That little fox that used to hide under the bed.
Yeah, okay. Who's talking riddles sometimes?
Children are lost in the woods. They are deep in the marshes. They are no more. The birds are chirping. Who is a bat? Who is a bird? Who is a beaver? In the night, Julian awakes in a terrible sweat. He's beside himself. He's standing in the dark. He is all naked.
You can come home now.
He cries.
Everything will be fine. Everything is all right. I'm not angry anymore.
Okay, thank you so much. If we have like this 5-10 minutes and then we can sort of talk. What time is it now?
It's 37, I think.
Alright, then maybe we should
I think we should just do it now.
just do it now.
Yeah.
We just keep it short. Can we just rearrange it with the here so we can sit. We don't have real structure for this. It's as we said, Alex is working with sort of collecting text from different people and trying to put them together. And this is the first draft of this crazy process. And so thank you to the actors for helping us today. Thank you so much. It was really, really nice that you came, and to hear the lines is always really nice. So I don't know. I mean, it's we can just talk free and sort of we need some sort of some feedbacks to sort of to decide with Tali how we should go forward with this, and you know, as yeah, it will be a sort of economy, you know, question about, like, you know, how far can we keep the sort of experimentation now, and how much should we go inside and manipulate to make it sort of become play. So what are your thoughts, basically, after you were tortured for 40 minutes? Yes?
I think what intrigued me and fascinated me the most was the peninsula and island metaphor, which as an overall thought or structure, and then how that came into my reading of all the other things that was happening, and that it didn't hit in until after quite a while, because I heard about the peninsula and the island, and then suddenly the metaphor hit into me, and then it started to, yeah, after that I was reading everything that was happening as if you were islands or connected. You know, the people, were you really connected, or were you drifting apart, or how did this function? And it's interesting also with the end then, that it becomes an island or a boat, or I don't know, something drifting away from, yeah. But it's a very physical, and perhaps it could even come into the text even more. It's fascinating.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of the ideas one of the few ideas we agree on. So.
That's perhaps why it's so clear.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, well, first of all, I think there's so much wonderful stuff in it to me, and I think it's also parts of it read very well also, and also because of the actors here. And then I think, as I know you are in the process, I think there are some dilemmas you are faced with here in this kind of work, which is you also describe it in the introduction to the play, that, you know, this is not meant to be a unified play. It's meant to have the dynamics of, you know, different fragments. But to me, there was, as the version now, there is some problems that I found that the parts were better than the whole, in a sense that my concentration was very much up and down and back and forth, and I think there is something that I don't know the solutions to it, but at times it felt a bit like a universe where after the first 20 pages or something, it was a very open universe, but at the same time you had the feeling, I know this universe. This and this can happen, and it will happen or not happen, and it won't have any very big consequences. It will just go on and eventually stop. And, you know, that's a bit of a trouble with a kind of play. I don't necessarily say you need linear action or anything like that, but a kind of, to use something like maybe the elements of friction between different parts clearly, in a sense, so you could get us more on the edge, because there is dramatic and troublesome, you know, really troubling materials there, both in the character and animal children and all of the other stuff, but there's something in the composition now that it doesn't give all the energy I think it can give to me.
It's a very good point, and it's exactly what is difficult because it doesn't have to be a compromise. This is the price of this twisted experiment, and of course, this is what we're gonna have to really talk about. Because there's also a lot of stuff that is being cut out, and there's so much that can be done, cut, and you could cut. In my opinion, you cut 80 pages, but it's yes. If there's anyone wants to say something about what Jesper said or other things, or there's nothing to be. It's not that like to.
We're still working.
We invited you because we put ourselves in a difficult thing, and we're trying to see what is it, what is this? Can someone do something like this? Yes.
I had a thought. What you're saying is, since there are universes that are not necessarily connected as islands in a way, did you think about not trying to connect them? That they could be played out as separate items with a wall in between, or without that there are just simultaneously things happening on the stage and they are not intertwining as they do now.
Yeah, we discussed
perhaps
that.
not have that problem because now you're trying to connect them.
Yes.
As it is right now, and as it's written, you try to make all these connections.
Very interesting point.
Yeah. It's, we discussed in the beginning that we wanted to sort of deliver the material and try to see it and make it work really as a play. So that was the premise, that do not write episodes, because that we thought that was gonna be easier. We find a common theme and stuff, and then we write episodes, and then each one can really get into the core of what they want to write. But to sort of anthology really takes things here and there, and it's like it's a washing machine. Yes. Any stats now? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm still working actually, but I think I agree with everything what you said somehow. I think I think it has to be made a decision about what to make as a unified aesthetic. Like, is it the scenes with this character? Should they have a unified language or a process or something? Because I'm okay the changement of aesthetics to a certain extent, but if everything does somehow, and it does, I have the feeling that I see different writers and styles, then I lose this feeling of, I don't know, something I follow, or a voice, or a process, or something that is a continuality. I don't know, there might be many solutions on that, but I think maybe something. This is my feeling. I also want to say something about this peninsula. For me it's very clear, I read this very clearly allegorical to Nesodden and Norway, Scandinavia. For me it's extremely clear. And it's both good and bad in that. Because it makes me feeling I see a specific kind of artist, a specific kind of person in a specific context. And I see into this character and into this universe, for good and bad, the character, and sometimes the universe doesn't take in that there exists a reality outside of that at all. Which is interesting, but also I get very aggressive. I get very aggressive during the reading, very, very personally angry. It was like, come on, wake up, there is a world out there, yeah, I don't know what you want to do, but there is some kind of yeah, it's this I've been getting on the bother with the rich white man's troubles, you know. I don't know. Makes me aggressive. But but there's I just want to add that there are very strong qualities in the play. There's real sequences I was really like sucked into. I was very fascinated. The monologues also, which was super good, and the reading was extremely good. I'm very impressed with the reading. Super good.
I agree.
But can I ask Esther something? But how can you have a solution as what you call the rich man's problem world? If you just think loud now, what is the problem with the Darkness? Why do you call it a rich man's problem?
I don't know. It's just this artist that makes art, and he wants to feed his ego with it. He wants to have good feedback. He wants to feel good about himself. He wants to have the feeling that he makes the world a better place, but it doesn't. You know, it's like this kind of shame, which I know it exists. I acknowledge it. I just get so angry. I get so frustrated. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear about it. But that's my problem, of course. I'm just telling you to give me my honest emotional feedback.
Love it. But I agree, and I was like really like upset about you. I was like, fuck you, like, and so I kept like agree about that. I also thought it was like very rich village kind of thing. And when we were in the woods and this tiny upon a hug, I was like, oh, now we are at Gianluca and like, I know like that's me reading biographically and everything, but still I think
No, sorry.
No, just I kind of like the idea of the text being a washing machine, as you said, but I don't think it works like that right now. But I think it can. Like I think that's a quality you should like work with, because I really like think it's the language are kind of like it's very a lot of material like in the language, and I feel like tactility, like it's very tactile. I don't know if that's the English word, but so I think like the quality of the play as a washing machine, I like.
How can you increase that quality?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I can't think how I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Runa. But also, I think just to see if I understand you, what provokes you is that a feeling that it becomes the narcissism that is in a way criticizes at times. Because I think there is a kind of satirical element to this character.
I think if you put it up as a completely comedy, I wouldn't maybe have that feeling. If it is like, if you imagine that you are able to put this up completely as a comedy, then you contextualize its content in a way that would make the distance I need. You understand? Maybe it's just about how you put it up.
I would also say something about the washing machine and of course the possibility of putting it into more obvious separate parts. But I think it's a quite hard ambition to much more mingle it, at the same time wanting to have parts that are not too similar, that there should still be friction. But I think it's a very good and interesting ambition. It's obviously a hard thing to do, but at least it's much more trying something new than it would be just making it like, you know, kind of a bridge between 5 acts.
I think what you said in the beginning, that like you feel like you know the universe. Like I feel like with a washing machine, if it really works, you won't be able to recognize the universe. Like if it's really Yeah.
I'll just say, as an actor of the female persuasion, I had the same reactions both when I first read the play about the central character, and yes, exactly the same reactions. But when we had a conversation, I think what's really interesting, certainly from a research point of view, but also we as theatre practitioners really need to address this, is why did the 5 writers involved in this project all agree that he should be the protagonist? There were many possibilities you had, and yet even the 2 women who said, yeah, we'll go for this. That will definitely be, and that's really interesting. So rather than solving this or eliminating him or cross-gendering it, I feel you could make him Kate and me Julian, and that would work and be interesting. But rather than no problem at all, it's not necessarily a male thing, but it's a type of archetype that we've seen, and maybe looking at that, why that happened, it gets really interesting, expanding it, magnifying it. Why did you make that choice when it feels, especially in like the last 2 weeks of what's been going on, and so it feels like you're woefully out of touch with what the conversation is at the moment, and that goes centrally to the question of what's our responsibility as theatre practitioners and certainly writers. So I think it was really interesting that we discovered that, having all of these feelings of, oh, fuck's sake, you know, underused again, but hold on a minute, they all agreed, excited to do this, to give it another shot, yet again.
It's of course could have been, it's not really the accurate description of the process, because we did discuss it, and yeah, and I think, just want to say that as a head writer, I have to do what the consensus of the team was. But what is true is that as a whole, the consensus of the team was to choose me. But it did not mean that we didn't have debates about it and talk about it. And there's also a point in the process where it could have gone much, much worse.
Interesting.
That laughed.
And by saying that, I've said enough. But I agree, and I think it's so good that we're talking about it. And in a way, that's also why it's so good that we've done this today, so we can actually get it out. You know.
Can I have a reply on that? Because I think for me, if you change the gender, it doesn't change anything. I mean, I get frustrated over privileged women as well. So it's something else.
But it's a question of whether polyvocality, polyphony, in the writing process will default to the status quo. The uninteresting status quo. That's really interesting.
But does he have to be the main character?
What?
Does he have to be the main character? Because I read him clearly as an irony, and I found it really funny, but then it gets way too much space, and then it tips over. And because if
that's how it started.
Edge,
That's how it started. The whole thing to be this sort of ironic thing, you know, and it's very interesting because I think it's this sort of sort of avalanche effect, okay? Because we have these little workshops, okay? So in order to know each other, we sort of just play some pages and stuff, just to put some words and then all of a sudden, like you don't get sort of to work really properly on the development of something completely, and it is fascinating, as you say, that it goes out of hands, but. This sort of premise that was very sort of very funny and ironical and sort of bit pathetic also became sort of this avalanche, which I don't think we were able to control after a while, because everybody started to feed
into doing
it's the easier thing to write.
Yeah, and this was I think this is exactly when you sort of when you get to the sort of structuring problem that you realize, you know, the monster you've created. So it's like what we discussed also before is like we should really like acknowledge the elephant in the room and kill it and make a funeral, or sort of make it sort of really discuss why this voice takes so much space, because it has, we can be honest and say that it has taken a lot of space in European or Western world art the last 35 years. So
a great metaphor, he has no resistance.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just kind of really interested in the line between the grown-ups and children, like the monsters and the innocent, and the compass of moral with children or something. And I think it was dripping in there, but it wasn't constant. And I want to see so much more of that, because they need to survive, and they are starting to get. You need to feed the beast in them as well, in a way, because they need to find ways to survive with the narcissistic parents and who should be the compass of moral, and they're not. And I think that's what interested me the most in this, because how is that balance in the society? I think that's much more interesting than the white man.
Yes.
Yeah.
We agree. Yeah, two things, a couple of separate things. One thing is about the children also. There is something in them which is very fascinating, and I think also there is a lot of the material here who is, even though it's called the darkness, it's quite upfront and quite obvious in a sense. So, but with the children, that they are or are not animals at the same time, and they are just playing, but at the same time maybe lost in the woods. This is one of the spaces in the play where you get close to some kind of, that feels more like a real mystery, or has a real dark side to it that you can't really get to grips with, which is very good, I think. And I think also there's one part of the Julian character that it changes a bit, the long monologue in the middle, because I think that has a kind of seriousness or something real about it, that the other parts of his, it's almost as if he suddenly gets real about something and then he slips back into the narcissism afterwards. So I think that's the kind of contrast that interests me, at least.
Which is very interesting, because I think that's where he is at his most narcissistic.
Maybe.
I mean,
but at least he's some kind of persuasion. And one last thing is that I felt, even though it was fascinating what happened just towards the end with both the peninsula becoming an island and maybe the kids really getting shot or something, but it was a bit like first you have 1.5 hours and then you have to wrap it up. So maybe there's something, strategies about putting some of the stuff earlier, or there are the possibilities to make something happen earlier and see how you recompose it after that.
Yes?
Good. Thank you, guys. Great.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And again to the actors.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Yeah, we keep.
Can I just try and sum it up? So the way I see it is that there's potential in the material. There's something here that's worthwhile. There's work to be done on the washing machine, which I'm really keen on getting going on a washing machine. And in a way, saying that I have a possibility and freedom, because I really want to do more on the children and the hunters and that part, and spread it across the play in a different way. That we have to work on the Julian Assange kind of. And that there is, Kate said something really interesting. She said not to be worried about the problem, but to face the problem. But there's actually, it is the elephant in any room in our society at the moment. So I don't think we should be thinking of this as a failure. I think in a way now we've gotten the ghost out and we can look at it.
And the light on it.
Absolutely. Is that like a good summing up? Yes.
I was just thinking that if I have the text and had to do with it, I would just start with deleting.
Of course.
And comprise it, and then because it felt like, because the parts that are so good and functioning well, it has such a high quality, and if you comprise what is maybe too big, I think you will see a lot what is needed.
So that's number one. But I also think there are stuff like that to do.
You have more stuff that's not in it?
No, there's so much stuff that's not in it, Jesper. You have no idea.
Let's see the big version.
And also, I could any of you have like, they're just, I really like our favorite parts, don't delete this one, or like you have parts that said, I don't really need that one, just send it to me so I can process it and bring it into that. And we have this little research group here with Øystein and Gianluca. We're working on the polar vocality theme, and we're going to meet for dinner, so they will fill me in as well. So we are continuing working on this together.
But it was just one thing with the children. I was all the time thinking about the grown-up as children, and I don't think the metaphor was really too good. So I tänkte feil hele tiden, but it was something there that was not released. It's just.
It's also been mentioned before, so that's great, and you're not alone about having that feeling.
You're on your way.
Still a month to go. This is the first write-through of all the material. I mean, this is, and we're sending it into you wonderful brain.
Well, super interesting. A lot of the.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really. We've been trying to be truthful to the premise of this project and see how hard it is. And it is hard.